I die tomorrow. I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
Nerds.
Pong was out here doing his best white girl wasted dance in the background. I
saw
that.
I didn't.
Did you see the background?
Did you catch my imitation
it was
of
the
your?
Whole...
No, okay. So that was me getting my old ass neck to stop crackling, and then the one at the end was me doing the law thing. Because during the intro, you do this thing, and and yeah, so there it is. So that was my
Listen,
dance.
I am a mutt. I am Puerto Rican, Black, Native American. Everything is with my hands. Everything.
He's handsy.
That works.
He's handsy. I'm trying to find a picture and I can't find it. God damn it! Should have been more prepared.
I don't know. Anyways, welcome. It's Tuesday and it's nice night. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
I'm gravy.
Almost halfway through the week.
Are we? Are we really?
I'm
almost.
Hopefully, kind of.
Close enough.
The week just started. Jesus Christ, halfway through the week.
Give me this.
Who here has a very early flight tomorrow?
I don't know, but someone's about to make a Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance. I wish I had the music just to play it for him to come in with the glass breaking and everything. Hey, Tone.
What's up, everybody?
What up, sir?
Hi, Tone.
What's up? What's up?
Howdy, howdy.
How are the munchkins?
Going to sleep.
Finally.
Going to sleep. Going to sleep.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta hit with those trank darts. From downtown?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's illegal. So
just give them a little Benadryl. Just rub their gums.
That hasn't stopped. That hasn't stopped Spanish households before. So you know.
Indeed.
So how was everybody's weekend?
Very chill. Very, very chill.
Bad.
Yeah. I'm glad I finally got the last piece of my new camera gear puzzle set thing.
Nice.
So I will be doing all the shooting in 6K for no reason at all because I have no absolute reason.
Because it's great. That's
Hello, Hugo.
Hey.
Hugo.
Hi, Hugo.
What's going on, sir?
How are you?
This week it was fun. I got to see one of my nephews that I haven't seen or got to meet during the pandemic for the first time. That was awesome.
Nice.
Congrats.
Hung out with Tone and the fam on Sunday. We got to go to check out this little like Earth Day festival. That was fun. Got to get some good donuts, some good ass donuts, and my dog just ran amok. That's
Ass donuts?
Nice.
Donuts.
No,
good
not hash donuts. No.
No, these donuts were good.
No, just regular donuts.
Just plain old donuts. Okay, not the
Yeah.
kind like if you have an
Mini
injury,
donuts.
you gotta sit on the thing.
No,
Okay.
not 420 donuts. They were actually 421 donuts.
Oh man, this weekend was crazy fun.
Hello, Arelis.
Rose.
Hi, Melis.
So, should I get into announcements? Should I get into it?
Yeah. Why not?
All
Let's
right,
do
let's
it.
get let's
Wow.
get into announcements. Yeah,
That-
we'll
yeah.
Unless
Pong?
everyone wants to go. Well, Pong, what's
Same.
your weekend? Come on, what was your weekend, Pong? We'll wait with that.
No,
Pong's
no, I
weekend.
was just wondering where the segue was.
There was no
I-
there was
See-
what?
Well,
Oh,
so
wow.
here, let me tell you about my weekend. Let me tell you about my weekend. I
Add
spent all
extra.
weekend thinking, you know what, man, I can't wait for Tuesday because I'm going to be on Nerds of the Round, and I know that Sebastian's going to do that segue bit. I can't wait for that. And then here I get to Tuesday, and then nothing.
And then you get to go right into announcements.
And then there's announcements. Hey, look at that.
It came full circle.
Okay,
Awesome.
full circle. No, I mean we got some.
Everything.
All right.
If you squint, it looks like a circle. If you squint across your eyes and look very far away with one hand,
If you look,
yeah.
if you, it's there, it's gonna happen one day. We're gonna make fetch happen. We're gonna make it happen. Anyway,
Fetch?
so
we are not making fetch happen. We're not
gonna
making
make it
fetch a
happen.
thing.
So we had
We're
James
real
Howard
fine.
on last week for an installment of The Plug. For those who don't know James Howard, he's actually been a creator who's worked throughout the industry. Yeah, Pawn is.
Sometimes.
There we go.
And if
No,
you'd like to know how, just check out our show on twitch.tv/.
Ah, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Well played.
I rejected to
sir.
announce
Well
myself.
played. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yep,
Yes,
there you go.
No, we had a great episode last week of The Plug. James Howard was on. He was talking about his new comic. If you guys love Bigfoot, hillbillies, muscle cars, and all that, you definitely want to look at Moonshine Bigfoot. It's a Kickstarter that's out. It's fully funded. If you do support the Kickstarter, you get 13 free comics, he said. 13. That's the largest Kickstarter reward, and he's been in the industry. He's worked with Image, he's worked with Marvel, he's worked with DC Law. He's actually he's actually inked some Batman books. So James Howard was on last week on The Plug, so you definitely want to check that out. Guys, make sure you're checking out Law on his Twitch channel. His pew pew pew. He has a schedule. There's a crazy schedule coming up this week, but go ahead.
Because I will be in San Fran, there will be no stream on Sunday and Thursday and Sunday. There will be no stream because I'll be in San Fran, essentially. But I will be back next Thursday.
Nice.
Also, too, if you want to see gripping conversations on Saturday night and Val getting ripped into someone, make sure you guys are checking out TV. No, it's great show and all that. I gotta say, I'm sorry I don't get to watch every episode, but every episode you get to watch. There's some great topics that are there.
Any pledge level. That's crazy.
Any pledge level. Yeah, they made their goal, and they're like, the stretch goal was unlocked. It's fully funded, so you're guaranteed this. It has 13K funded, and their goal was 5,000. They made 10,000 over goal.
That's nice.
Good shit.
Well, Val, segue into that. TV, what we got going on in TV land?
So this Saturday the topic will be DNA boozled.
So Maury, you are not the father?
No, it's not exactly what you think. They're awesome.
Sneaks, and now we got DNA boozled.
No, sneaky links. There's situationships. That's different. DNA boozled.
Sneaky links.
So have you guys seen the lead?
Hood 23andMe. That's what that sounds like.
Oh, God, no. Have you seen the meme? This married for 10 years, 3 kids, and then finds out that they're cousins.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah. The 23andMe. That's how people find that shit, or ancestry.
Unknowingly incest kind of thing. DNA boozled is going to be an interesting conversation.
I was watching one of those videos the other night.
The only answer I have for that is that the grandparents were getting around. That's why again, grandparents they didn't have TV back then.
I heard a crazy Reddit story about that shit. About like some people who were like in love,
siblings.
But they were essentially first cousins, but because the grandfather or the grandmother held the secret until like it was too late, they were like, "Hey, you guys aren't really related because you're not or your grandfather is not biological or something like that." It was something weird where it was like it was the one person, and they were like, "All right, out of the equation. Now you guys are not related." But it was like you could have told us that way before, because shit.
So let me ask you guys, if you found out years later that you were related to your partner, would you stay together?
I mean, by that point, it's too late to go back. You can't return it. It's past
I don't have to think about it because we've done 23andMe, and we are so far removed.
No,
we are not even close.
Okay, we're not saying I'm asking what if. Obviously, it doesn't apply, but would you stay with this person? Could you get over that fact? Would it drive you crazy? Would it bother you? Like, how would you feel?
Do you already have kids?
I think it'd be fine. After I've been together with my wife for 20-something years. 20 plus years. I don't care.
Okay.
At this point, I don't care.
It's at that point. I mean, it's like if it's 1 year into the relationship, then maybe. But it's like if you're like 20 years into the relationship, you're like, we're fully committed already. We've been 20 years here. Or what are we going to be? Peace? Nah.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, no. I will say this off topic. I can probably say that Sebastian and me are probably have a closer relative than me and my wife.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we did
Yep.
the whole thing. So
Or we are probably conquistador brothers at some point, conquering the native lands.
I was gonna say, which one of you is related to Genghis Khan? Because I think everyone's related to Genghis Khan.
yeah,
There you go.
everybody.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan,
Everybody.
he made sure he dropped kids.
I have
He was
enough
the Nick
worry.
Cannon back in the day.
I have enough worry because my families on both sides are large, and certain parts of my family, people got around way too much, and I'm just like, I'm good. What's your last name? All right, we're good. We're just gonna literally there's a list of last names that I don't even touch with a 20-foot pole.
You know what else is going around? Concrete Combat Chapter 2 Part 2 is out now on Patreon. It's getting around. Well, actually it is because Wicked City Comic Con was this weekend, and Alex actually had one of the printed books for We Suck at Comics, and him and George took a picture of the book, sent a selfie to me, going like, yeah, we wish you were here. I'm like, fuckers, love you, George and Alex. But no, the book is out. They have it printed, so shipping's going to start happening soon. So yeah, so it is getting around, the story and all that. And so Bostonians got to see some of the stuff that's in there. So make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon. Woohoo! Yep. Thank you again. George is an awesome letterer. If anybody's looking for someone who is, if you're looking for a letterer to letter your comic, hire George Medina. Just hire him.
Listen,
he would do the work for you.
Letterers are fucking unicorns.
Unicorns.
You better fucking treat them right and keep them close.
Because those are your friends, man.
Absolutely.
Also, to make sure you guys are checking out the Medusa's Cascade podcast on any of your platforms. The Medusa Cascade podcast with the craziness is the craziness.
We have a dragon fight, baby. Let's go.
Well, that's this past episode.
That is this. So, sorry. TLDR, me and Tone have been hyped for fucking weeks about a dragon fight because in D&D we've been playing for almost 3 years now, or more than 3 years now, and we have not really fought a dragon. Like we
have not done the dragons in Dungeons and Dragons.
We ran from a dragon.
We ran from
a dragon.
We had like a wyvern looking thing.
Dungeons and Dragons.
But yeah, like we really
like
we
dungeons all the way
legit
down.
haven't fought a dragon yet, and essentially, I think Tone, it was your roll, which was hilarious because you rolled it, and Tommy was like, "Cool, the clouds get a little dark, we get a little lightning action," and you just over here like, "Well, shit." Somebody has to be sworn to a fucking dragon god who just happens to be a sibling of another angry dragon god, and that was fun.
Okay.
Had to be a dragon guy.
I turned that dragon into a fucking ornament, man.
We didn't. Well, it was only half of the. It was only half of the fight. We haven't gotten to that part yet. Essentially, it's where you are about to do the crazy, like, "Hey, Tommy, can I just jump onto this fucking creature?"
So to give you all guys context of Tone's character right now, his character is like Predator right now. He is collecting trophies and he is wearing them.
Facts, big fucking facts. Yo, Tone has a trophy from at least every one of the big major fights that we've had since day one.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Also, to make sure you guys are checking out Loose Cyphs' album, The Motive. He will be back at the Delancey on July 15th, live concert, in the Delancey July 15th. So, guys, make sure you're checking that out. Shout out to Lou, creator of the Nerds theme song. And again, if you're in New York City on July 15th, stop by the Delancey. He gives an awesome performance, gives it out there to the crowd, gives a lot of energy out there. So make sure you're showing that guy some love and support. Make sure you guys are checking out Catch the Craze. George is somewhere in there in the comments somewhere. He is commenting live. George, we love you, brother. Yes, lots of love for you. Make sure you guys are checking out Catch the Craze, the indie podcast that is out there, talking to the indies and everything, making sure that they keep the indie movement going. And finally, this channel. I don't know this channel. I don't know about it. It's on Fridays and Mondays.
You don't know about it? Well, I can tell you all about it. Oh,
let's go. Let's go right there, Pong. We're like we're there.
Well, as a matter of fact, I know for a fact that that channel right there, you can watch all kinds of stuff. You can watch people struggle with getting their internet stuff together. You can watch people struggle with getting video editing stuff together. You can watch people struggle with getting. It's just with fighting
like
robots.
A lot of struggle.
There's a struggle bus.
Just come and join the struggle bus. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is everybody hop on the struggle bus Mondays and Fridays, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, right there at twitch.tv/SinShop. That's SinShop with a Y, and it's right where you think.
That should be the name of the show, the struggle bus. Just have a short bus right there and a bunch of people's pictures. The struggle bus.
I feel like the
struggle bus has
is
some magic to it.
Is less problematic than let's go into the heart of a volcano because we're children.
The magical school bus has weed.
Sure.
What?
Sure.
I don't know.
Or LSD. I don't know. It's something. Those kids were high on something.
I'm not sure what happened.
Who was high on something? What are you saying right now?
He just says things and tries to make them work until something does, or doesn't, or we correct them.
How did I not see that? That's exactly it. He's like says a thing and then tries to make it work. Exactly.
Listen, I made that happen. There we go. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We are talking the last 3 episodes of Mandalorian.
Last 3 episodes or the last 2? Because Val doesn't want to talk about that other third one.
Which one?
The Jack Black fiasco that should have been a filler never existed.
The Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh my god, it was so fucking
The best part about that episode is Christopher Lloyd. Let's be real.
Listen,
there was nothing good about that episode.
I said the best part. It's trash.
Could it be? Could it be that this actually ties Star Wars into the Back to the Future universe? What if Doc Brown went so far back into the future that he ended up in Star Wars and he became known as the man in the DeLorean, which over time got shortened to Mandalorian? What if?
Oh my god.
It's talk about that.
It's a wild theory, but I'll give you a B+ for effort.
Well, no, I don't deserve that. No.
Well, I mean, what was cool about this episode, what sums it up, is Space Cops, because it felt like an episode of Cops as they were chasing that droid. You got to see some old droids from back in the day of the Republic, back in the Clone Wars and all that.
It felt more like Law and Order.
It felt more like
Scooby-Doo. It felt like Scooby-Doo, man.
Yeah.
It felt like
I think
Scooby-Doo.
the best part for me in that dumbass episode was talking to those guys in the basement. What do they call them? That he had to speak to them a certain way.
The Ugnuts.
You have to show them
the Lugnuts.
And
the Lugnuts. I can't with you, bro.
God.
They can't take you anywhere, man.
I don't know. Does that go? That was on purpose.
No, that goes on purpose. He's just trying to be funny, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Oh damn. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
I think that was probably the best part of that dumbass episode. One of the worst episodes of the entire season, with already a subpar season. It wasn't. I love how it ended. It was an okay season, not as good as the first 2, but that episode was horrendous. No reason Jack Black should have been in there. Don't think that.
So that
Lizzo episode
was
there.
rated 6.3 on IMDb.
I don't care about IMDb.
Out of what?
I'm just saying.
Scooby-Doo?
It was the lowest rated of the season.
I still think it was
better than the worst rated.
I still think it was the best episode.
Not worst one, whatever.
I still think it was better.
That's exactly what that means.
I still think it was better than the whole season of Book of Boba. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
Okay,
no,
relax.
Because that's a stretch. Because Book of Boba has those episodes where Mando goes back to go.
But that's the
it had like one episode of that.
2 episodes of Mando and that war at the end, and when he takes over the Rancor, is it? That season was way better. You're bugging, bro.
But this is the thing. When you look at this episode, and this is how I took it. This is an episode.
Was it the season not as good because it was a 2-year-ish wait?
No,
I think it. This is
wasn't as strong as the other 2. I think.
I think what happened was that they were too much into the Book of Boba, and then there was stuff that got people lost because they had to watch Book of Boba to see how he reunited with Grogu. But and then there were people who felt like they were taken out because they felt that it was too focused on Bo-Katan. But they're Mandalorians and they're together, so it's like it became more of all the Mandalorian culture story.
I mean, look. My whole thing with this is that I think this show what I liked about this season, what the show's been doing, is that it took us from what season 1 was, which is a single story about Din. Or Djarin, because we found out that Din is his first name, is his last name. So we focus on Din Djarin, and then we expand the universe that we have here, and we get more and more stories to tell it. And it's opening up this universe of characters for us to get the Filoni-verse, essentially, for us to get our Dave Filoni movie. So while I can logically understand that people feel like this season is the weakest but if you're falling on the fact that I didn't get enough of Mando and Bo-Katan took the lead, I think you're missing the point of who Din Djarin is. Din Djarin was never going to unite all of the Mandalorians. That was not him. He wanted to be a part of his clan and then go do his thing. Bo-Katan was like, she wanted to be this leader, and we're giving her that role, and we're giving her this opportunity to do it. And then we'll, no. Oh, for Hugo. So it's different. Bo-Katan Kryze is her last name, but for Din Djarin, Din, I guess, is his last name because Grogu is now Din Grogu.
Yep.
Right. So it's the fact that they're from different planets. I can't remember where
it's the culture as well, right?
Well,
yeah, it was
same.
So the Zealots lived on the moon. That's what they had called them, the extremists. And then what happened was that the fall of Mandalorian was pretty much the clans were not united, and she became that.
So Pog has been looking at me and Toad this entire time waiting to see.
Which one of you got it?
Man. He meant zealots.
Goddamn zealots.
He definitely meant zealots.
I was looking.
We just let him speak.
Listen, I'm sorry. You had a character in Wildcats that was her name, and it just flows. That's it. And I'm sorry.
Zealots.
The Zealots. No, but I wanted to go back to that episode. I mean, there were some things about that episode, the Scooby-Doo episode, that I felt did deliver some stuff. Like, for example, this wasn't a planet that was really towing line with the Republic. They were doing their own thing. They weren't with the Republic. They weren't with the what's it called, the Empire. They were doing their own thing. They were using mass production of robots to really do everything that society didn't want to do, so that this way they could live on a free society. So it was very interesting to see again a different planet, the way how they utilize things in the Star Wars universe. So that was what was very interesting about that. And then the fight with Bo-Katan and her what was the dude's name again? I forget. He was like her first lieutenant from before he took over.
Axe something.
The dude who took over took Bo-Katan's crew.
Axe Wolf or some shit like that.
Axe Wolves, yeah.
I think so. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Wolves.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude.
Axe Lols.
Yeah, that guy.
It's
that guy.
It's dude and the wrestler. Those are the only two that matter. Those are the only two that matter. The dude, Sasha Banks, and Bo-Katan. Like, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
That guy.
And homeboy who sacrifices himself. Anyways.
Pat Vizsla. No, you gotta put some respect on
Pat
Vizsla. Come on, man.
So I wasn't sure if we were gonna put respect, because I do recall the last episode we talked about him. We were like all shitting on him because he just let his son be like,
yoink.
I mean, look, he didn't know. I'm just saying, like,
everyone's like,
now, granted,
when we gotta be quiet, he's like, yo, I'm gonna go in there, big heavy armor. I don't give a fuck. Like,
I mean, but granted, it's very confusing how. I always find it fascinating how whatever they had to kill him and have him be a sacrifice, and we had to get the Praetorian Guards had to do something cool and kill him, but then they got bodied by Din, and I was like, okay,
Man,
they got bodied by Din and Grogu. Let's be real.
No. That's what he kept. Okay, when he was in IG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just.
Let's go back. Come on, Scooby-Doo episode.
Well, I was gonna raise something because I feel like season 3 brings up an interesting point. What I know, The Mandalorian is a story of essentially Din, but Din hasn't felt like the main character in his own story. Almost a good chunk of this series.
The entire
Because you have Grogu who basically took the spotlight. Boba when Boba was a thing. Like, now we have Bo-Katan. Like, not that he's not a main character, he's not the main character. He's essentially the person who is that one plot point that pushes other people's storylines or whatever the case may be, so that they can be where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. He's the player character. He's Link. Link isn't the main character in Legend of Zelda. It's fucking Zelda. It's Zelda, and then sometimes Ganondorf because Ganondorf is awesome. But like Link is just there to move the plot along, and is just there to do what he has to do.
Or Navi.
But his name isn't on the fucking game except for like Link's Awakening, and that's about it, right? Or Link to the Past, right? Like,
right.
His story is not the focus.
Yeah, he's like you play those games or you play those characters, and he's your protagonist, but he's not he's your protagonist. He's our protagonist, but he's not the world's protagonist.
Right.
But if you think about it,
an old western where he's wandering the lands, getting into adventures and whatever. The point isn't the guy wandering the lands. The point is the adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I also think about it too is that I think that this season it still was Din's story, because Din is also his story is also a story about his people and how he is about his culture and everything, which you do get from Din during the first 2 seasons as well. He is about honoring the Mandalorian way, honoring Mandalore, wanting to go back there. So it is still his story, but now we're seeing his whole culture as a whole. We're seeing more people of his culture. We even learn how the Empire really still fears these people. And even by the end of the series, we see that it's still like Din is not, like how you said, Son, he wasn't the one who was going to unite them. He was the one that was always going to be there to support that person, and he was always supporting Bo. He saw in her the leader that they needed to unite his people. He just wants to retire in a cabin with his kid.
Yeah,
he's like the old man Logan
we're not
of
on
that
that
universe.
episode yet.
Yeah, I know we're not, but it just, again, how it just shows like how no matter what people were saying about the season, it still is his story, but it's also a story about his people, and he's all about his people.
All right, we're going to take out the wheel for a quick moment. Are we still on the Scooby-Doo episode, or are we going to go to the next episode?
I have a question
I'll
about
let
that.
you guys take. I'm gonna stop about the Scooby-Doo.
I had a question about that. Is this the first Star Wars beach episode?
I think it might be.
Could be.
There was a beach episode in Andor where he got arrested at.
Was that?
No. I think when Pong, you mean beach episode is like filler episode, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh
fun
yeah,
filler
I
episode.
think this. Yeah, definitely.
No, like in
Definitely.
Naruto when they're like, oh, we need to find
Yeah.
out what's under Kakashi's mask,
yeah,
which is a great
yeah.
filler episode, by the way.
That was a good filler episode. See, I appreciate Naruto fillers. This filler, I was not appreciative of. I was so angry after watching it. I literally sat there.
Sure.
What the fuck did I just watch? And it was so annoying.
You know what?
What was the point of her knighting Grogu, though?
Hold on. You know what I think?
Yo, she's so pressed
hold on,
about that.
Hold on. This is my thing with filler in a short series run. It's okay early, but once we get past the halfway point of the series of the season, I don't want none of it.
Don't give me no bullshit.
I don't give me no bullshit. Like the season 2 and season 1, like some of those lighter episodes, they happened earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
But once in season 2, once you found out that Boba Fett was back, we went full throttle with the Dark Troopers taking Grogu, Din going after him, Luke Skywalker coming in.
Yeah,
We've got the last 3 seasons of Mandalorian season 3. We're probably not getting season 4 until after the movie. Because we have Ahsoka and all this other stuff happening.
Oh, that's true.
Ahsoka's gonna be so.
I can't wait.
So-
It's gonna be good.
Ahsoka's gonna be good. So I get your frustration, Val, and I don't hate it as much as you do, but I get that. Like, why did we get this when it's our third to last episode, and we need to move the plot forward?
Well,
There's so many things that could have been. I also don't like how he gifted the fucking dark saber to her. I don't like how
He
fought
did it. He
at
had a
well,
technicality.
No,
No, that was
didn't.
bullshit too.
No.
Okay,
It was
Is
a
it
whole
though?
other.
What-
Oh
no,
my
no,
god!
Pick me
No,
up.
Dark
hold on,
Dark
hold on.
Saber
Time out,
history.
time out, time out,
Dark
time
Saber
out, time out,
history's
time
already
out, time
fucked
out.
up.
Time out.
There's the new bag.
The whole point of the fucking dark saber is you win it in battle. That was the whole point, was it not?
Hold on.
And he just fucking said, "Well,
hold on, Val,
just
Val.
because."
It's. I will use Harry Potter for you. It is literally
No,
It is
you
another
cannot
one.
cross. No, okay. First of all, I get it. Fine.
Elder
that
One
you
rules.
can't cross. No way.
Yes,
Why
it
didn't she
is.
just? Why didn't she just challenge fucking Din for the fucking dark saber? Like, what was the point of that? It was
because
stupid.
technically it wasn't Din's to lose. Din lost it to the bug.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he lost it to the bug, and I think
to
at
General
the end of,
Grievous' cousin.
yeah,
Like,
but I
what
think
the
at the end of the day, I think Din already knew that she was not going to, because there was a level of respect she had for him. He knew that she wasn't going to challenge him like that, but he found a technicality for her. He's like, listen, he defeated me, you defeated him. He technically was the owner. I was just holding it for you.
Vmac has left the chat.
Vmac left. I mean, we knew from day one Bo-Katan was gonna get it because Din has been struggling with this thing since season 2.
Since Boba.
He's just been struggling with it, and it's kind of been annoying because I've just been annoyed with Din's struggle with the Darksaber, because it's just kind of like, how long are we gonna do this for him?
Why was he struggling with it so much? Like, did they give a reason for it?
It's, oh my god, I
thought it was that
there's a
you
narrative
had to be
reason.
you had to be like really clear of mind on what you wanted or something like that.
They mentioned why he can't. He's struggling. The way he has to learn to fight with it. It's supposed to flow with the power of the blade. It's a silly thing.
It's Star Wars universe stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
It was Harry Potter rules. It was Elder One rules. That's what happened.
It was a stupid ass technicality, and it didn't need to be in there. I would have preferred.
But also, the Darksaber from the animated shows also makes no sense.
How?
Yeah, technically, wasn't Obi-Wan Kenobi the leader of the Mandalorians?
No, it's not that. Darth Maul won it by rights.
Right?
Okay. Then, Bo-Katan never fought Darth Maul in it.
No.
Darth Maul fought Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan killed him. Sabine gave her the Darksaber.
Which is why she wouldn't accept it the way that happened again. It wasn't.
But what I'm saying, there's already a pre-existing track record of fuckery in regards to who owns this thing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's
I'm not disagreeing.
The lineage is already fucked, and so that's why I didn't know why
that
group
surrendered. Oh, go ahead, Pong. I'm sorry.
I had no idea why that group was all twisted up over it, since it was screwed up back in the Darth Maul days.
Well, didn't she say she surrendered it to Moff Gideon?
No,
yes.
She surrendered Mandalore.
No,
yeah, she gave him the Darksaber.
She gave him the Darksaber.
Yeah, she gave him the Darksaber. That was the physical representation of him.
Gotcha.
Of her giving it to him. I mean, but you know what? At the end of the day, Dave Filoni was like, you know what? I see all of these YouTubers talking about breaking the timeline and how no one owns the Darksaber, and this. He's like, no, what? Fuck you! I'm gonna break the Darksaber.
Right.
I'm glad.
Right. Now it no longer matters.
Now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who cares?
You know,
it's just a paperweight now.
No, because then you'd get Val so mad.
I wasn't mad at that. I was not mad at that.
And you know what? That was how you deal. If you want to destroy a lightsaber, that is how we deal with it. Not just throwing it behind your back.
Pong, you're supposed to have new popcorn.
It's in the dining room. I forgot to bring it back. This is the only show I use. Right?
I'm gonna get to Vegas in like 2 months. Have that fucking popcorn.
And then Jack Black in this damn shit. I don't understand why the fuck would they put Jack Black to be Jack Black in the Star fucking Wars
Jack
universe?
Black is Jack Black in everything. That's just number one.
Well, why? Why did he have to be there at all?
How much Jack Black he is.
Somehow Jack Black was the least annoying thing in that episode.
No, him and Lizzo were just as annoying as everything else.
Lizzo was more.
Lizzo can't act. I like Lizzo as an artist and as a flute player, but she can't act. She's very over dramatic when all of the scenes she's in, she's like super over dramatic.
They both were.
No, Jack Black's just being Jack Black.
Jack Black.
But he's an over dramatic actor for no reason. What was the word he was?
He's just Jack Black being Jack
Oh my god! It was
The only thing Jack Black wasn't Jack Black in was Super Mario Brothers. Other than that, and he was good in Super Mario. Other than the music, I hated the music. I hate every time he sings.
All right,
No,
all right.
don't-
We need a movie. We need a movie with Jack Black and Nicolas Cage just being themselves.
No, enough. Okay, look. I think we're at it is 9:43. Law has told us that he needs to be off by 11:30, and we are still on the Scooby-Doo episode. So you know what?
Right.
I'm just gonna say
Dang.
we're done with
Fuck it all.
We're done with the Scooby-Doo episode. Val hates it. It was a filler. She can't deal with Jack Black or Lizzo in this. We're gonna go to the penultimate episode when they go to fucking Mandalore.
Yes.
Tone, bless your heart, sir. You are a real
Man,
one.
that was-
Like Jesus Christ.
he grabbed the wheel. Tone, take the wheel. And
Listen,
This is the short bus
I
is
took
about
an
to go off the
eccentric
cliff.
migraine before this because I already came in with a headache, and I was like, if I stay up and I don't sleep, I'm gonna just perpetuate this headache. So
Listen, I
let's
want
not
to
do
talk
that.
about these last two episodes, and I want to joke on how how Netflix's Witcher is trying to drag on this bullshit.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Can we please give me that?
Okay, okay. So Spies was episode 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's where we see
They go to
I
Mandalore.
can't
We see
remember.
Moff Gideon talking to the council.
Mandalore, yes.
Yeah,
The
we see
first
Moff
mention
Gideon
of
talking to the
like
council.
Thrawn.
But this,
Like,
yeah,
why
this is
has
when they
Thrawn-
mentioned
like,
Thrawn.
Thrawn's supposed to be coming back. He's supposed to
Yeah.
be coming back, and he hasn't come back.
And we get General Hux's dad.
That's who
Yeah.
he is.
That's his dad.
Mhm.
Okay,
And then that's
He's supposed to be in charge of who makes the
Nec-
clones
Me-
for
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Operation
in
Necromancer.
my head, I was like, "Yo, ain't no way Hux is that fucking old."
No,
I
it's
was
his
like,
dad, and then I think it's Daniel Gleason plays Hux. His brother was the actor who played his father.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
We
Right.
see the first time that this guy's in his Mandalorian Beskar suit, stormtrooper suit, and we also see him lying to everyone, saying he's not interested in cloning. We see finally the Mandalorians get together, and they're like, it's our time. Let's go do this shit."
I will say he was a little bit of purple and yellow, or whatever colors the scheme is for Toy Story, but he was very close to looking like Zurg. Just I couldn't shake it, but like
That's
I was looking at the
funny.
armor and I was just like, "Yo,
I
you're
get it.
it's the
What's
helmet.
interest-
It's
what
the
was
helmet."
well, you know what's interesting is that all of these things with the helmet, like you've got the armorer's helmet, you have Moff Gideon's helmet with the horns. Everyone was thinking you're gonna tie this back to Darth Maul, and it just we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
I
Like,
didn't think that at all.
You didn't think that?
No, I
No?
was. I didn't.
Well-
I didn't read into that in any way. I saw someone.
Why-
I was
why would
like,
you
why
tie
are they
it back
reading
to
into
Darth
this?
Maul?
Because
I thought
Darth Maul was leading a sect of the Mandalorians.
Mhm.
Oh,
In
right.
Clone Wars, you had the
Right.
pacifists and you had Death Watch, and that's where Darth Maul was. He was leading. He beat Vizsla in a duel, got the Darksaber, and he was leading the aggressive faction of Mandalorians.
I need to watch all that because I thought he was
It's
running
so
the
good.
syndicate.
You
I
should
thought he was
watch
running the syndicate.
He's doing everything.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was running the syndicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that shit too.
Yeah.
Darth Maul had a whole life.
He was in it, yo. After
Yo.
getting killed, and he was no longer with Palpatine.
Had a
bro,
whole life. He had a glow up, man.
He was a problem.
Oh.
I
You
think
get
that's
rid of
what they
one
were. They were.
toxic relationship, and you have a whole new life, and that's.
I
what
think
happened.
that's what they were trying to do. They
Obi-Wan
were-
was his only.
if Han Solo had done well,
point.
I think that's what they would have elaborate more on is the syndicate, because you got Darth Maul as a syndicate leader in that movie.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if they do try to bring back Ray Park to play the character, if we ever get him to play the character again, because I think that they just left that open.
I'm good.
But
with,
no.
I'm good with our one movie in between the fucking 9. Give me my movies before and after.
No, just get him on a
agree.
show.
Well, apparently, didn't Dave say something about something? Because our buddy CJ, who's been on the show before, said on TikTok, they're doing something 25,000 years. And it's a very specific thing because that's when we essentially have the what would be
They're
the,
going to the Dawn of the Jedi. That's the 25,000 year in the past.
Okay.
That's the one movie. We're getting that movie. We're getting the Filoni movie, which is the culmination of all these movies, and we're getting the Rey movie 15 years after the Last Skywalker or Rise of Skywalker, whatever the fuck it's called.
And then that's going to have Rey as the.
That will have Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley will be taking her role back.
Trying to redo the Jedi Order.
Yes, and hopefully Finn will be an actual fucking Jedi.
Yeah, they better fix that shit.
Okay. Anyway, back to. Go ahead, Pong. Go ahead.
A quick question: if Darth Maul got cut in half, and afterwards, after getting cut in half, he had a great life and started turning his life around, does that mean the dark side of the Force is in the hips? I'm just asking questions.
He was still very much dark side. It wasn't just in the hips. He was still very much. He was still very much dark side.
From what I understand, the hips do not lie, but you know, that's.
Oh shit! I
rejected that.
I get.
Oh my god!
Oh, Christ compelled me.
Seabass, take notes, because Pong was leading us somewhere. I was like, "Where's this going? Where's this going?" And it landed.
It went nowhere. It went nowhere. It still landed, but we went nowhere.
It landed.
All I could think is about that. What was it? Was it in Happy Gilmore? It's all in the hits. It's all in. He was learning how to play golf or something like that. Or no, it's Happy Madison.
That's Happy Gilmore.
Oh god. All in the hips. Let me just reel it back in. No, we see the Mandos. We see the Mandalorians with their fleet and everything that they stole from the Order and all that. But I want to talk about
we got Hugo. We got Hugo coming in.
Yes.
Yes.
From
Darth Maul from
that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fought.
The best thing of that and pod racing. The best thing from episode 1.
Now half off. No, he was actually in the post-credits scene of the Han Solo movie.
Yep.
Yep.
Leader of the Syndicate.
Yep.
And a very big part in the Clone Wars if you go back and watch.
Played by the awesome Ray Park. So no,
I still need to go watch Rebels. Sorry, disregard.
You definitely should watch it before Ahsoka comes out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Ahsoka is baked in with all the Rebels stuff.
It's only 4 seasons. You should definitely watch it.
I gotta watch
from
all
now,
that.
like today.
Okay.
I gotta watch all that. No, so the stormtroopers in this season, in this episode, they weren't. I wouldn't call them stormtroopers because they were actually hitting shit.
They're not stormtroopers.
Well, they're not.
Yeah.
They're actually. I think this is a completely different thing.
I'm sorry.
Well,
well,
here's the thing, though. But now, an important part of that, though, is that any Jedi that would be in distress would be out of distress once they meet Jim West.
Oh God, that's it. I'm out.
Wiki wah.
Don't encourage him, Hugo.
Vmac, that's a song from the movie.
I know.
She's like, I'm acknowledging it.
From the rapper. And rapper.
Yes,
Will Smith.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know.
And
I'm aware what Wild Wild West is. Thank you guys.
Will Smith and Big Will, Drew Hill.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie, not the song.
Okay. All right.
I was like, we got Mr. Klein, but I wasn't sure if we're.
No. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
We got Drew Hill, and it's Kumodi.
Houdini.
Is Houdini? I thought it was Kumodi.
Kumodi. Yep. You're right.
That's cool.
He's the one who did the Wild West.
Really talk about the show, and
Sorry.
in the city and talk about Wild Wild West,
And giant spiders.
You know what? I'm not gonna do it because I can talk about Wild Wild West, and I'm not gonna.
I was like,
dude, oh my God! If you have an episode where you talk about Wild West, if we have a weekend where we don't have anything and you want to talk Wild Wild West, bring me in. Put me in, Coach. Put me in.
Let's just talk our favorite Will Smith movies before the slap heard around the world.
So Wild West wasn't my favorite Smith movie by a long shot, but but it's super interesting.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What
Vmac?
the fuck are we doing right now? I'm just really trying to figure this out.
Sorry, it was just a
We're
tangent.
going off on a tangent again.
Listen. All right. Bring it back. I went off the lane. I was on the shoulder for a bit. We're bumping. I'm gonna go back on the right lane. We're gonna go back in the middle lane, and we're talking about episode 7.
I don't know why we went down that.
I don't know.
Thank you.
He's
like,
tangent.
I'm probably gonna get another one just from laughing so hard.
This is bad. Jesus Christ.
Look, this is the last thing I'm gonna say on it. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on it, though. The Will Smith episode, though, is a legit idea that we should do, and that's all I'm gonna say on it. Now let's talk about episode.
Okay,
7.
I'm with that. That's fine.
Yo,
She's like, I'm out that day.
Yep, I didn't watch anything.
Oh shit! So no, this episode. So episode is this episode 7? Was it episode?
Yes,
7?
it's episode.
It's where we
episode
get
7.
survivors.
Survivors
come out of nowhere. They're on this boat, and then so they see both.
There's vegetation on Mandalore.
Yeah,
life
and Grogu does his best impression of Krang from Turtles, right?
So
Sure. We see
I have
Mando
only-
or Din fucking pledge himself to Bo-Katan, which was a huge thing.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that was huge because, like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's one of those things where I think everyone was looking at Din because he's the connecting thread, but being like, yo, like, it's not me. This is her. She's going to be the better leader that I'm not. This ain't my story. This ain't
Or
my
does he
thing.
want?
Your
he
song is
doesn't
still
want
being
to.
written.
Yo, that
Right.
line was fucking cold, bro. I
That was
love that
nice.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, he. The thing is that I gotta say this. I think Din was playing it smart because he realizes that Bo-Katan is the leader that all Mandalorians need, and he pretty much is like, you know what, I gotta show my support behind her. I gotta push her. I gotta be that uniting factor. Yeah, it was, and again, this is the first time. It's like, well, maybe not the first time, but this is a character who's not making himself the main. He's not the lead. He knows he's not that person. And I think he comes to that realization when he can't wield the Darksaber, and asks about that going through his whole journey about the Darksaber, and then seeing how she can handle it. And he's like, you know what? That she is the true person to unite Mandalore. And even the blacksmith, the smithy, was starting to realize that too when she was like, you know, take off your mask. You're the one who walks the armor. Yeah, you know what I mean. This person was making all the shit for them. Like, she even realizes that she is the person that's going to unite everyone and all the Mandalorians, and she even gets behind her. And I think that's what was very important to see this season, because we're going to get a setup of the Mandalorians that you know, this whole time they've been this culture.
An important piece in the Ahsoka series.
Yeah.
If I have any complaint about this season, and I guess this is my only one.
So
Because-
episode 6 wasn't a complaint.
No, we're not doing it.
Yo.
I've been told we
doing
must.
it.
We've got to look
go.
forward. We can't
Let
look
it
backward
go.
because that's where everything bad happened. We
My
gotta
only
keep looking forward.
complaint. My only complaint is the question. I don't understand.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
okay, all right, fair enough. My other complaint then is that there was a lot. There were a lot of things that I thought was going to go one way, and they ended up going another. Well, actually, and they ended up going no way. Now, that doesn't mean to say, look, I was completely wrong on Agatha all along. I was super wrong on that.
I
shit.
know. I love that it wasn't that you weren't right. Actually, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's good. But the problem is that we had so many things that were like, oh, it's going to turn out that the armor is a Sith. Oh, it's going to turn out that Grogu's going to ride the mythosaur. Oh, it's going to be blah blah blah, and it wasn't any of those. No, I thought the guys on the raft were going to betray them, right? And
I thought
Yo.
Wolves or whatever his fucking name was. The way they filmed him flying up into
I thought
the
the
sky,
armor for a second
I thought
too.
I thought he was gonna get betrayed and killed in the sky, because the way they kept panning it back and forth and he was taking so long. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've seen this before in Game of Thrones, where the person is trying to go for help and we keep going back and forth and we're taking forever to get here for him to just get killed. And then
or I was expecting him to go to a Sith ship.
I thought I thought he was just gonna die like straight up, and then like he has the window open and flies out. I'm like,
nah. When he said that y'all go, I'm gonna man the ship. I thought he was gonna shoot down all his own people.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, that would have been crazy.
But I'm kind of glad
none of that.
I'm kind of glad.
And then he survives.
But
he fucking survives the suicide run.
I wanted the Mythosaur to come up and destroy all of the fucking like that station. I was like, that Mythosaur is gonna be like,
well, Grogu connected with him.
Y'all causing too much of a ruckus
so we're definitely
in my house. Like,
are we going to episode 8 now?
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's go.
We haven't even gotten to past dying yet.
Yeah.
Did Val just freeze?
All over the road.
Did Val freeze? I don't know.
Yeah, she just froze.
Yes,
there she is. She drove off the road.
Yes, I did. I did freeze.
Did say you drove off the road on the bus.
No, like look, the big thing from that is like we finally get the Moff Gideon reveal is really what we get from this, and you find out what he's really planning. He's building his own clones, and
the fact that he's been there on Mandalore for like, did they say a specific amount of time?
No, they didn't.
Pretty much as
I guess
long
when they
as
bailed
since...
him out.
It's wild.
I think he had to be there longer.
Probably had some shit over there for a while.
Yeah, he had to
be there longer.
He was probably there longer. That's probably where he was after the purge, and then that's probably where his main base of operations was.
Yeah.
And like just outfitting all these dudes in full out Beskar. That was the big thing. I was like,
well, his whole plan was that he was going to use Grogu to try to give himself Jedi powers, his clones Jedi powers. Yeah, he was going to try to use the Beskar armor. So what he was trying to do, he was trying to take the best of stuff in the universe to make himself a super clone of himself to really go out there, and it just seemed like he was trying to position himself to be the leader of whatever new empire he was trying to build.
And if he would have wielded the dark, because when he had the dark saber, was he able to wield it like efficiently, like Bo-Katan, or no?
He wielded it,
yeah.
When he knew what he
wanted.
Right. I'm gonna be honest.
He was clear of mind.
Moff Gideon comes out as Darth Vader. He comes out as a Darth Vader stand because like his whole armor mirrored him and everything.
Right.
It just seemed
Yeah. And then what was interesting too, though, is that you're getting these little nuggets of the First Order. So we got like seeing the Praetorian Guards there was really interesting, and seeing because we haven't seen that they didn't really do nothing until the Last Jedi. So seeing them pop up was cool, and seeing them, kick ass was a fun set piece. So I think they're definitely putting in the Force Awakens stuff because they have to. And they're doing it a little bit. So they're not shoving it down your face, but they're giving you a little bit piecemeal at a time until we get to the full-blown First Order. I'm interested as we move forward is where is Thrawn in conjunction to the First Order once we get there? Because there is no Thrawn after during the sequel trilogy.
I think Ahsoka stops him.
Yeah. Wait, there you go. But when did Moff Gideon get robotic cybernetics in his armor? I don't remember hearing that. He probably just has a bunch of armor on standby because this just looked like it was his workshop of stuff from the clones to everything that he was trying to do.
I think he probably
got Grogu's DNA.
And his Iron Man suit.
Yeah. Like he didn't have it when we first saw him, season 1 or 2, but now to have it would make sense because if he's getting essentially rescued from being captive or whatever the case was and going to jail, who else is gonna pick him up but his boys who have the cool armor that he's already been working on? Oh yeah, while you're at it, bring me back the suit that I was working on myself.
Also, I don't think he expected to get captured the way he did, because again, it's just that type of bad guy that he was. I don't think he expected the Mandalorians to unite, and then they united, and it just
Also, I don't think he's the type of person to reveal that he had the armor that soon.
Yeah.
Not at least until it's ready. So
not until his spy told him, "Hey, they're coming," kind of thing.
Yeah, he's a stereotypical Class A villain where it's like they don't reveal stuff until later.
To the family. Oh,
Yeah, well, same as what you just said, Law. Like, if he's sitting there talking to all the other Jedi, he can't be rolling up in his Iron Man suit because they are talking to the other, the
Yeah.
Shadow Council or whatever. He can't roll up in his Beskar armor, being like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Yeah, he probably was hiding a lot from that council. Yeah, he's probably
when you're, especially among the Moffs themselves, the way they're written in the books anyway, in Legends is, they're very competitive. They all run their own different sectors, and if you try to step in their area, they would fight
Moff
among
is a
themselves.
title of people.
Yeah, Moff. That's
Yes,
why
Moff is a title, General, Grand Admiral.
Remember Moff Tarkin in the original trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
Marv, I think, is just below Grand Admiral, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. I don't know. You have to look it up. I don't know the titles. I just know
Thrawn is an Grand Admiral.
Yes.
Thrawn, right?
Yes.
And he had the highest rank up at a certain point after Palpatine, Sidious was killed.
Yep.
It says here he is formerly the heir to Mandalore.
Who?
Moff Gideon. That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Well, yeah, because remember
he
she
took it over. He conquered it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Moff is a title for a high-ranking Imperial officer who served as a governor of a specific sector of space for the Empire.
Yeah.
So if
each
someone
had their own different sector.
there you go. Yeah.
The older dude with the mustache who had the hard on for Thrawn, he's actually his right hand man in the books.
Yeah.
Thrawn?
They say his name. Darn. They basically name drop him because I'm thinking we're gonna get Thrawn once he said his name in episode 7. I'm like, oh my god. So that would be really, really good if they were gonna show that, but they didn't. It's fine. I can wait till Ahsoka.
Well, they're doing a whole Thanos thing with Thrawn right now. They're doing a whole Thanos thing with Thrawn right now. It's like he's in the background, but they're not showing you him. He's
But they're also not showing what he's doing. Like they're just they gave us one name drop, and they kind of said, "Oh, we're preparing for a grand return." That is it. Versus where in Avengers, we were talking about Thanos. That was getting plugged every which way. Even if it was subtle or big, we knew oh shit, this is coming. So this doesn't feel, at least for me, like I know why you guys are hyped about Thrawn, but I don't think we as people who didn't watch Rebels are hyped.
I don't think it was about Rebels. I think for me it was definitely the Timothy Zahn series.
It's the original book trilogy from Timothy Zahn is the thing that gets people hyped for Thrawn. That's why people were hyped for Thrawn in Rebels because of that book series that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
That he created that character, and that character has become super popular in who he is. And so when you lost all the legacy stuff, he was one of those characters people were like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do?" And then Filoni was like, "We're gonna bring him into Rebels. And then they brought Timothy Zahn back.
I believe he was also
did the new trilogy books, and now we're gonna see the live action version of Thrawn. My thing is
gonna be awesome.
I believe he was also in the Dark Horse adaptations too. That's how far Thrawn goes back.
Thrawn's character is a very strategic character. He plays chess 24/7, and the pieces he lays out, you don't see it until it's too late, and that's kind of what we are seeing.
That's the Empire in general
right now.
You're not wrong, Hugo. You're
the
not
Empire
wrong.
in general. My whole thing too, the whole Thrawn thing, and to your point, Law, too, is you have Thrawn, and I guess he's gonna be the major big bad up until somehow Palpatine returns. But it's is he gonna be worse than Palpatine? Because we know Palpatine comes back, and I just think it's gonna be interesting on what they do. With him, because you've got Palpatine, you've got Snoke, and then you've got Thrawn. Where's this?
I think Snoke was already written off because they made him a joke in that Star Wars trilogy. They really did.
They have to introduce.
They made him a joke, but he still you still have to bring him up. So the whole thing with Project Necromancer.
Yeah,
they're probably making Snoke bodies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think Thrawn is going to be. I don't know about more powerful or whatever than Palpatine, but I do think that he'll be more interesting.
Yes.
Right. And the reason I say that is because he's not all ha ha ha, I'm going to destroy the universe or anything like that. He also has like a secondary motivation of the whole Gris thing, from what I've read or heard. Like so Thrawn is a Chiss, but there's also the Gris, and the Gris are like really, really terrible. And I have heard that there is that part of why Admiral Thrawn wants to get into the Empire is to see if he can use the stuff from the Empire to beat back the Gris, because if the Gris makes it into the rest of the universe, then we're all boned. Apparently the Gris, just like, they don't kill you, they take over your brain and turn you into their army. And so they just kind of like spread like
the Flood.
Wildfire.
Like the Borg.
Like the Borg and the Flood.
Borg, Flood Borg, Floody Borg.
Like the Phalanx.
We're a Legion.
Yeah, excellent. There you go.
One of those.
that
apparently exists in any type of.
You guys are just throwing a bunch of stuff at me. And I'm like, I've heard some of those things.
That will make Thrawn very interesting, is that he's doing this whole necessary evil to fight a greater evil. That would be so dope. To me, that's dope. When you have someone like, I have to do these things for the greater good to fight a bigger evil. And it's like, I have to put this all together. Because it's like, you see the things with this new Republic. They're still like, they're not really lining up with things, their whole like paperwork and everything. And even like, when we get into like the last episode, you see how the guy's like, you're gonna hire, like Mando's like, you're gonna hire me anyway, because it's like, it's gonna take you forever to get stuff done with what the way that the Republic is doing it. But in this episode though, I mean, it's like episode 7, it was pretty cool. I mean, we had the fall of our big home, the big gunner, our big homie, who used to rat on.
We finally got some respect on his name, as Tone put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went out like a G. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought he would at least take one of them with him. Honestly, thought he would take one of the red dudes with him.
I think he killed a couple.
No, not the red dude.
Once
the red dudes came out, it was like,
no. He took out like 50 stormtroopers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
that boy was a menace until those dudes came out.
And then the Praetorian Guard came out with their Beskar beating weapons and just kicked his ass.
He put up a fight though. He did put up a fight, but they kicked his ass.
I think we'll see him in Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. It's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him in the trailer. You saw him walking with his white coat. It's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
They even confirmed it's Ahsoka. It's the same voice actor from Rebels. It's him.
That's going to be awesome.
Gotta watch Rebels.
I think that's cool that you get the same voice actors playing back their characters and all that too.
Star Wars is doing that a lot. They're also doing it for the Twi'lek. She's also reprising her character. Yeah.
It's apparently that's what James Gunn wants to do. That's what James Gunn wants to do.
Yeah.
No, it'll be. I think it'll be after.
What?
It'll be after season 3 of Net.
Sorry.
Coming out in August.
I thought. After season 3, between 3 and 4.
Yeah. Ahsoka's coming out in August. This August.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What's coming out next? What's the next thing coming out? Is there going to be another
Guardians?
No, Guardians. Yeah, and then aren't we getting Skrulls Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion, but I think that's for another couple weeks.
Oh, in a couple weeks? Oh, sweet. Okay.
So we're on episode 8 now.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Hi.
Hi. Episode 8.
Yeah. Episode 8, which is the best
June
episode
21st.
of the season.
Sorry.
Best episode of the season?
Yes.
Yes, the combat scenes were really good. Kind of what we've been wanting from watching all these Mandalorians instead of hiding behind blaster doors and rocks. Like they're actually doing something.
For real. Like
come on, man.
The most combat heavy season we've seen, and they're not just like clunky boys in armor. Like it was great. It was great.
I think they did an amazing job in this episode. I was excited watching this episode from beginning to end. Seeing when them starting to fight from, and then the suspense, because Pong last week was like, but who's the spy? Is it the armor? Is it Axe? And now I'm like, is someone a spy? So the entire episode I'm contemplating, oh my God, who's gonna turn on them? because God forbid the Mandalorian succeed, right? So
I wasn't saying I didn't think they weren't going to succeed. I just thought there was a spy amongst them.
Right, but the thing is, because when you think about Mandalorian history, they consistently fuck up. And the fact that they got a win,
or someone say it, they were like, we've always been like our own worst enemy, essentially.
Mm-hmm. We're the only people that can defeat us.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. The red door, the red laser door scene where he asked R5 to open up one after another, that fight scene
was
freaking awesome. Freaking awesome.
It reminded me of a game because I love how like you had 4 levels and each of the bad guys had better equipment.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Facts.
Also, Praetorian Guard Taser 6, do they go through or into the best guard? That's what it looked like with Mr. BFG. Wouldn't potentially.
Yeah, but they stabbed him. It feels like they stabbed Paz. I think
they stabbed him in the neck, didn't they?
They stabbed him in the neck. I also think Din has like some of the best armor.
Think
his Beskar is pure Beskar.
Yeah.
As opposed to some of the other Mandalorians that don't have that.
Yeah.
Because
he's got blood Beskar.
Right. He took all his ill gotten blood money. It was like, melt this shit down, make me my armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the spear that he used to have what is now Grogu's armor?
Yes. The spear is Grogu's chainmail, and then the armor made him the sigil for his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because thinking about that too, back to Hugo's question, because
it's really good. Trust me, like Beskar is really good. But
that's why you see like some of them will have all of them will have a helmet, and some of them have a chest piece, and that's Children of the Watch. Whereas the group that Bo-Katan was like, they were all decked out in all their stuff. So I think it depends on what your group is.
But I don't think they all have, because if you remember in the beginning of Mandalorian season 1, he didn't have that armor. He just had that regular armor. He didn't get that until he actually found that Beskar, and they made him that armor.
Right.
So he actually has that pure Beskar armor.
You basically get it one piece at a time with them, right?
Yeah, and the foundlings get their helmet from the scraps, and I think they just kind of make up because like you can't get it from Mandalore.
Right.
Right.
Well, so there's a question.
Now they will. They can harvest. Right. They can harvest the Beskar again if Moff Gideon was able to do a whole army of stormtroopers. Right. Yeah. There's an abundance of Beskar on Mandalore.
Yeah,
there's probably a lot of mining equipment that has not been exploded.
Right.
Yeah, I would also imagine as much as Moff got to and whatnot, like. There's no way he tapped the entire planet because that planet looked huge and his operation didn't look that big by comparison to the planet.
Plus, by the end of the episode, they restart the forge, so they're going to be making stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, if you think about it, technically they have 2 planets because they have the planet that they helped save and all that, which they still have land there that they're welcome anytime. But they want Mandalore.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that they're going to use that. That's like their vacation home, essentially. Yeah,
that's going to be like their
that's Din's spot. He's like, I'm chill here for a bit. I'm chill here, but we're gonna go do some bounties. You know what we made for.
Navarro.
I got a fetch quest. I got to go over here and get 3 swallows.
Yeah, have a little hut trailer for ourselves.
I did that.
We got to level up Grogu. Grogu needs to age 50 years before we can talk.
Are we?
I would love for them to expedite that a little, please. We don't need to. It doesn't need to go that far. Can we get them like young adult, like 16, 17 age, like Grogu, like Groot, yeah, and have him.
He's
speak
already
the
75.
Yoda speak.
Yeah, he's
80.
already. Yeah,
I thought he was over 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was over 80 because he was already a certain age by the time they picked him up.
That's true. Yeah.
He was 50 when they got him.
Yeah.
Question: Do we see
50?
I thought 70s or like 50s.
I thought it was over 80.
Well, now I gotta know. Hold on.
I'm gonna Google it.
You got it. Okay.
One of you guys look it up.
How old is Grogu?
Question
53.
about Grogu. Question about Grogu. Do we see him essentially learning like more of the way and learning more about being a Mandalorian, but still, like
He's
is
a
his
Mandalorian Jedi.
it right? But are his Jedi powers going to grow further, or are they going to stay stagnant because he's now like no longer practicing his Jedi powers?
I think he's still going to practice it because it's part of his toolkit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also, I believe the Yoda species are in tune more with the Force than any other species, so he will naturally have that always.
He's multi-classing. Come on, he's multi-classing.
Yeah, he's about to be OP. It's Yoda species.
What is Yoda's species?
An unidentified species, which is why they refer to it as a Yoda.
Oh, really?
Species.
Yeah.
Grogu is 1 foot 1 inch.
George Lucas even said, like, he just made him up. He doesn't have a name. The species doesn't have a name or nothing. Doesn't have a home world or any of that. It's just...
Yep. They will never know.
That's some bullshit.
It is the way. It is the way.
What's funny is that there is a Yoda creature in Knights of the Old Republic from the...
Takari.
In that game.
Yeah, they I think that they may do something with the Mythosaur, but obviously it wasn't the season.
For the movie. For the movie.
Way better.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's probably what it is. They're saving all these good things for the movie. Because I thought for sure that that Grogu was going to ride the Mythosaur. Because they were telegraphing that all over the place. But, like, there was a candygram that showed up to my door that said...
is the Mythosaur a creature? The Mythosaur is a creature of legend for them. Is it just the one creature that has been throughout, or obviously this has to be like
a long lost one,
right? Like, is this their like Bigfoot Loch Ness Monster thing, or is this like?
At least that's what I understood, because that creature has been in that water since the dawn of the Mandalore stories.
Because they said they were extinct. So they thought they were extinct because they were riding them and they were doing stuff with them. And now this one is probably one of those, long lost undersea things. And then, kind of like, the Megalodon in that movie, The Meg.
Right.
Why? The Meg.
Why not?
Listen, giant shark eating people.
I want to know how
big
a Mythosaur is.
Until you get a bigger shark.
Really big, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good question, because Grogu to ride the Mythosaur is going to be like a speck on him.
That's a good point.
He needs to get a little bit of height. That's it. He needs a little
I'd
bit.
like him to age up a little, please. Maybe have him start talking at some point. It would be nice.
It'll be adorable.
Physical characteristics: average height, city-like proportions; average length, city-like proportions; distinctions: enormous size.
Wow! Wow!
I mean,
that's an exotic of creature. So what do we feel about this season of Mandalorian? Was it? I mean, obviously, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did too. It was a fun season. It was good. It furthered the.
I didn't think you would say that, Val. Given
I enjoyed it. No. It's not the best season of the show. No, but I still very much enjoyed the season, with the exception of that one episode.
No, I loved the entire season. There were even parts of the beach episode that I did like. It wasn't Lizzo though, but the it wasn't Jack Black either, and it even really kind of in a way wasn't Christopher Lloyd. But it was kind of nice to like take a break from everything else. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna just have this little diversion thing now for whatever reason. Anyway. The season overall, I don't understand everybody that's like, oh, this season sucks. I think this season's been very good.
I think people over expect, and when you have over expectations, which I don't know why we haven't learned by now. Every time you over expect certain things, you will always be disappointed.
I think it's more than over expecting at this point, because you have people that they get upset that the story doesn't play out the way they want it.
That's over expectations. It's the exact same thing.
No, over expectations. So it's no. There's literally a different thing, because you have a lot of people who have an idea for a story the way that they want it to play out.
Pong.
It's not.
What's the difference there, Pong?
Okay.
What's the difference between what?
What he just said.
Say
I'll
it
take it
again.
back. I'll take it back. Over
Jesus
expectations.
Christ.
We'll go with over expectations.
So,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
people
Go
that
ahead.
expected
Go
No, I'm
ahead.
Din.
sorry. No, it's you know what it is. It's just a toxic fandoms because the
Yeah.
Star Wars stories haven't played out to how they wanted it to be. They're just upset about like, oh, we didn't get it, it's why are we getting all these stories when they're really just telling a story. Why didn't we get more Mando? Why didn't we get more this? Why it's not about that. And you are right, Val. I mean, it is over expectations. I'm
Now,
sorry.
or
I'm
were you
sorry.
about to say they were expecting certain things? It's not what they expected to be, and it's because they wanted more with their expectations.
Yeah, it's over expectations.
Okay, I'm just.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm in it.
yeah.
Wrong.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I
He's
mean,
already
I
dead,
said
Val. He's already
dead.
dead.
Dead. Murdered. No, but it's like I think that's the issue that we've seen with the Star Wars franchise, and we're starting to see it
we
bleed
do it
into
all the
other
time.
franchises. That
No, I think we
yeah.
I know I was guilty of it with Fox and the X-Men, and I learned from then back in the 90s it's not going to be anything that I ever expected to be. So with Marvel and with any kind of pop culture thing, when you start to overanalyze, we did it with WandaVision. Everyone was speculating and had expectations about this, and this, and when it didn't happen when they thought it was gonna happen, it was like, what the fuck? When you get over that and you take it for what it is and what they're giving you, they're very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I learned a long time ago.
You got to get in, sit down, shut up, and enjoy the ride.
And
Exactly.
You got to just enjoy the ride. It's and which kind of sucks for us because when we talk about on Tuesdays. But quick point of linguistics.
Hugo is coming in hot today.
Okay, quick point of linguistic clarification. Feel free to sit this one out, Seabass. The plural of Mandalorian. Is it Mandalorian or Mandalorians? Think about the show title.
It would be the
Oh, shit.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's Mandalorians.
Yeah.
It's Mandalorians as far as the people, the plural.
Mhm.
but wouldn't you be able to say the
Culture.
Mandalorian people?
Yes.
Is that yeah?
They are the Mandalorian people.
I've
they are
heard-
Mandalorians.
yeah.
They are
I
of
think
Mandalore.
I think it made more sense when they said because they don't say the Mandalorian people; they say the people of Mandalore.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting that one out. I can't.
Listen. You gave me an out and you
God.
took it. Good job. We're proud of you.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so actually, I agree with what Hugo's saying there. The new thing there. I'm thinking the Mandalorian and the title is not specific to Din, but it's the people of Mandalore.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think we learned that though very early in the show. I don't think it was ever about just Mando or Din Djarin. I mean,
just
it's
happened-
never. Every season has never been just about him.
Right.
No, we just happen to follow the specific Mandalorian, but if you look
Well,
at his
as what
story,
Tone
it's
said,
always
we're-
been about
we're
Yeah,
the
it's
seeing
people.
exactly what Tone said.
Tone said like he is our eyes. Like we're
Yeah.
experiencing this entire world through Din.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed the season. It was not like the most like flashy oh my gosh season. Definitely had its moments in the last two episodes where I was like, oh shit. Any fight that fucking Axe got his ass whooped was fucking amazing for me because he has way too much ego and needs to be knocked down a peg.
Listen, he redeemed himself with that whole bringing down the ship, letting everybody escape, taking that, and it's like I said, I thought like how everybody said, I thought he was gonna die in the ship, but he's like, nah, I have an exit plan B, and got out of there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
but
it's
like
oh,
it was a fun
Yeah.
season. It was interesting to see a lot of like the plot points that we're gonna get like for the future stuff. Like it did a really good job with this season for that one episode. What was it? The recruit or the when they were in the program essentially.
Yeah.
That episode, like while it may not have been like
the Coruscant episode.
yeah,
Mhm.
that episode was wild for me. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fucked. That is nah.
It's planting seeds of the downfall of the new
Mhm.
Republic.
yeah,
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I think giving us that insight makes more sense of why First Order comes into play.
Right.
and I think
So
it's
definitely enjoy what they're giving us.
Well, it leads back also to like we get like you saw it in Andor, you've seen it here. It's like the bureaucrats were literally the downfall of whatever government system that was there, and we like you said, it's going to lead into the downfall. And it just sucked that the people who are involved in the middle, like this guy was trying to help, but he got stuck in the middle between a spy and and he was being. It just felt like he was dehumanized, and it's really like damn, like you thought the Empire was bad. These guys, it's like, hey, which name do I choose, Lucifer or Satan? That's what it really felt like.
Yeah, but,
at least the Empire knew my freaking name.
Right?
I could understand him feeling that way.
They probably had a human counselor too, not a robot.
The big thing is we're like, it is a great time to be a nerd. We've said this like all the time, but it is a great time to be a Star Wars nerd because fucking Dave Filoni is back there in the kitchen just chefing up for us, and we are going to eat every meal that he puts out because it's going to be good no matter what.
I didn't used to like. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I didn't used to like.
Go ahead, Pong.
They did, and if only there would have been a space OSHA, they would have taken care of the goddamn handrail problem. Get the welders out there and get some goddamn handrails. Anyway, or I'm closing this site down. I don't care what Palpatine says. He can return to fucking his house. He can come back with the goddamn shop steward, and we'll find out what's fucking what. Anyway, sorry. I may have been on a job site once or twice. No, so seriously, I forgot. Damn it. No, it's a great time to be a nerd. It really. Oh, that's what it was. Because Filoni's in the kitchen. Yeah. I absolutely love Star Wars now, and I did not used to. All through the original trilogy, definitely through the one episodes 1 through 3. I kind of liked 7, 8, and 9. I didn't mind them. I didn't have a problem with them. But now I really love, now that we're finally not on fucking Tatooine anymore. God damn, we're finally off of Tatooine for the most part.
Bronx.
We're now that we're finally off of out of Tatooine, we're actually seeing more of this world, and I like what they're serving up. What's that?
You're gonna be mad when we go back there because that's where we left.
You always have to go back to Tatooine at least once. Just
we'll
don't
go back there at some point, I'm sure.
Listen. Everybody knows that I-95 goes to the Bronx, so every once in a while you have to travel to the Bronx.
Yeah.
So, anyone else feel like an asshole and watch to the end of the credits, expecting to get a preview of something?
Yep.
Oh no.
Well, no, I didn't watch. I just scrubbed the timeline and looked, and I was like, oh, nothing. All right, bye.
No, I always watch the credits because I like watching the pictures.
Yeah.
And I always enjoy the song. And then me and Antonio just watching it, and I'm like, they're not gonna give us anything like they gave us last time when they gave us the Book of Boba. So
Obi-Wan is chilling. Obi-Wan is now Ben. He's just living his best life.
He's living his best life until Luke comes of age and he saves him from sand people.
Yeah.
Tusken Raiders.
Sand people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that asshole too. The minute that I know that it says next episode, I'm like, or watch this, I'm like, I already know that there's no end credits. It makes me sad. It hits me in the heart. I'm like, you didn't give me anything. I wanted more, but it's fine. It's okay. It's a treat when you do get an end scene. I mean, especially when it's like Captain America's show where it's like,
Are we getting another season of Andor?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
They did confirm a second season of Andor.
Yay.
Andor's story until he dies on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking beach.
Spoilers. Jeez.
Right.
Fucking beach.
You know what's an even bigger spoiler? Everyone that we see on screen up until now is gonna die before we get to Rey's stuff.
Ahsoka's dead.
Ahsoka's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you say that?
She is dead.
Spoilers.
Why is she dead? Where is she dead?
How? When is she dead?
Rey. Who is she dead?
I'll do one better. Who is she dead?
In Rise of Skywalker, when she hears all the Force voices, she hears Ahsoka played by the voice actress.
Does.
And that confirms that Ahsoka's dead. Every voice she hears is of a dead Jedi speaking to her through the
Oh,
Force.
fuck. Why didn't I ever think of that?
Yep.
Oh, that just hurt my heart.
Aww.
Oh.
Yeah, Ahsoka dead.
Maybe she's just
maybe she's not dead, and she's just down in on 1-800.
Just be a Force ghost.
Guys, what are we doing next week?
Before
we did that, Tone
had something.
Yeah, Tone, give us your wait. Before we do anything, because it's been a while since we've gotten a chance to do this. Give me that banner. Give me that sweet.
There's no spoiler warning.
No, fuck that.
Oh,
fuck that. It's been a good minute since we got one of these bad boys.
All right. Oh, the soapbox of the day.
Gather around, children.
The soapbox of the day is the stretching of The Witcher. If you don't know, now you know. The Witcher comes back for season 3 this summer. I believe we're getting 8 episodes, and Netflix has decided, they thought their show was cool enough that they can release it in 2 parts. So we're getting part 1, episodes 1 through 6 in June. I believe part 2, episodes 7 through 9 or something in July. I'm looking at it here. Yes.
Who do they think they are? Fucking Stranger Things?
June 29th and July 27th. And I just feel like, yes.
Is this with my boyfriend in it, or is this with the new guy?
Oh, sorry, I got you.
No, this is the swan song of.
Oh, it is
Henry
with my
Cavill.
boyfriend.
Yes, they're going to.
Does your
they are
boyfriend know
dropping
that he's
this.
different?
They are
No,
dropping this in
He
2
doesn't need
parts
to know yet.
to then replace the actor with. I don't know.
Subscription variants. That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
that
it
is what they're doing.
It is. It is in 2 subscription periods. The June 29th and July 27th.
Oh, that makes sense. You have to stay
Damn.
with it for the full month. Oh.
Past your 30-day trial if you get one.
Okay, here we go. The first 5 episodes, so episodes 1 through 5, and then we get episodes 6, 7, and 8. And I'm like, listen, they need to stop. You're not Stranger Things. You're not you.
Yes.
Like, you're not that special.
Business
It's
model.
not that special. And you know what? Maybe people would pay for it if you didn't do Henry Cavill dirty. But you
Mhm.
did.
We already know that you're gonna fuck up the series, and that's why Henry left.
Yeah.
So I'm not watching after Henry goes.
Yo, I don't even know if I want to watch this season. To be fair,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it with Henry.
I said I don't know if I want to watch it. I know that I can.
I've been watching the prequel series, the one that came out.
Why? 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 You know what you could be watching? You could watch Ted Lasso. You can watch Ted Lasso. But instead, you want to watch. You want to watch the.
Seabass watches the bad shows because he feels he's obligated to watch the bad shit that we don't want to watch.
We need an objective opinion episode.
No, we don't need an objective opinion. No, we don't. No, we don't. No one asks for this bullshit conjunction of spheres shit. No one asks for it.
I can see why people feel that that prequel sucked. It's because they really did rush through it, and if that's what they're going to give us with Henry Cavill, if that's what they're going to do after Cavill leaves,
listen.
Okay, now, yeah.
You. I don't know what you're saying. All I know is that it's trash. I don't like to go by reviews only. And just
trash.
not watch it for my own.
Has to watch it for us.
No, we don't. And
no, you really don't.
I would have watched
it. Sir,
no.
Watch bad
I would have watched it, good or bad, if they didn't do Cavill dirty.
Yeah,
I would have watched it. But because they did what they did, I wasn't gonna watch that garbage. And the last good thing we had was the animated show. That was it. The animated movie. That was the last good thing we had.
Listen, don't. I mean, I could tell people don't waste your time with the prequel series because
we already knew not to waste our time.
No, I know.
We never talked about it.
We never did, but they rushed through the story with whatever they were trying to do.
He's still giving it to us whether we want it or not.
They rushed through the story, but
it's kind of.
No, I feel bad as this is that they did have a great cast, but they wasted a great cast in a rush job. And it's like, if that's what we're going to get when Cavill leaves and any indication of where they're going with the Witcher series, it's like he had every right to leave. And I'm just like, after this season, I don't know if I would turn it back on with giving the new actor a chance.
Did he jump or did he get pushed?
No.
He left.
He left.
He left.
Oh, he left.
He left because of the showrunners.
He wanted to stay on this show for 7 seasons. He was down to because he loves this fucking book series and loves this game. He was their person who read everything, and they got him for cheap. Yes, he fell due to lack.
I want my representative down here fucking now.
All right.
Or I'm gonna card check every motherfucking trooper on this goddamn Death Star.
Yes.
Well, Netflix should.
Sorry. Little union humor.
Netflix to learn from what happened with Game of Thrones when the showrunners were left to run with their own devices and how they messed up a great series. And it's like, if you're gonna leave the showrunners to run with their own, I mean, I get it, they're telling a story, but when you have someone
you can't compare. No, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. Time out. You cannot compare. Game of Thrones had no book. The Witcher series has a whole fucking series already made. You just had to fucking follow the books, bro. That's it. There was nothing they needed to do.
Yes. There's no need for some artistic
creative run, right? Because
I don't need any of that.
Like, because George R. Martin decided to not write a book when he was supposed to, right?
So happy you're part of the show.
Look, all you have to do is that when you are taking creative changes happen when you have to tell your story and you can't go and flesh it out all that well. What did we watch that had a really good adaptation recently? It was like a really, really good. I'm just trying to remember what they. Oh my god! It was like a.
Hit.
I can't remember. I just don't remember. It was a really good adaptation of a piece, and we were all like, we're here for it. And there were certain changes that happened, and we were okay with the changes.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Thank you. Thank you. Shut the fuck up. Back to that popcorn.
Don't encourage him.
Yo. Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I forgot it. But yes, The Last of Us. They made the changes they needed to make to tell the story they needed to tell.
Also, finish the game. It was amazing.
But the creator of the game, the guy who did the game, did the show, and he said he made those changes to further the story and all that.
He made those changes. No, but he lived on a line of, if it's better than the game, we change it, and if it's not, we keep it. And the Witcher crew was like, if it's better than the books, it doesn't exist. We want to make our own story. And like, when you have an A-listed actor who's doing this for cheap, and it's a passion project, and is literally your encyclopedia of the source material, and you don't listen to anything he says, and all you want to do is hear him grunt and say fuck, and which is great. I want to hear Geralt do that too, but there's other things we want to see Geralt do. We didn't get it. And then you get all these characters, and you don't do them right, or they die, or whatever, and then he just walks away. He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go do Warhammer, because I'm gonna control all that. And we're gonna get Warhammer. We're gonna get 40K worlds with God Emperor.
I've never been invested. I have known nothing about Warhammer, and I promise you, I'm about to be the biggest Warhammer nerd. After
I've been watching Warhammer lore, and I've been wanting to play Warhammer. It's a fucked up world.
Oh yeah? Oh,
yeah. Warhammer world is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
By the way, just real fast, I wanted to say I absolutely loved how for 20 seconds you were telling Sebastian to stop saying what he was saying, but he had already stopped what he was saying, and it was just Tone and Vmac saying no, and Seabass is over here just like I'm not saying no.
I felt like Grogu for a second. I did.
Just like, it's just a different thing,
because the comparison just made no sense.
Did they drop the bag? Yes, they dropped the bag.
They dropped the bag hard. They dropped the bag hardcore, and the fact that they were offered additional money to continue the story, to give them more than enough time.
They dropped the bag harder than Jonathan Majors, okay?
Shit.
What? Oh, is that savage?
That's still a sensitive topic for me. Still a sensitive topic. I'm
mourning. Savage.
Isn't his trial like this month or something?
I'm mourning. Trial for what? No, I'm in mourning.
Rip that man's career.
Yeah, just pour some Hennessy out.
What? What? I'm I'm sipping. I'm sipping.
Pour one out. Pour one out for Kang.
Oh, poor King. Oh my god.
Oh
Maybe
my God.
maybe it's just a variant.
Oh shit.
No. Okay. All right. Sorry.
He's guilty to proven innocent, man.
Listen.
Bro, it's sad. They're fucked him over, bro.
All right.
It's so whatever.
Before we start going down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
Before
The TLDR is great on Mandalorian. It wasn't amazing, but it was great. We all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And essentially, they fucked up Witcher, but it's giving us Warhammer 40K, so kind of a win-win that we didn't know we wanted or needed.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a win-win. We'll see.
Listen,
No, 40K will be good.
I hope so. I'm not familiar with it. That's all I say. It's wait and see for me.
It's a mix of science fiction and it's like it's awful.
I
It's
feel
an
like
awful world.
it gives me a lot of like Doom
Awful setting.
Doom meets Gears of War.
Can you
meets
guys-
like
meets the Old Testament.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit!
Yes. Yes.
God damn!
Yes.
Can you guys send me where I can find to get some context?
You got just
on
watch.
all
You
that
got to
crap?
just. There's some YouTubers. I mean, like, there's so much. There's so many books. There's
Give
so
me
much
something.
lore.
Just give me something just to
But,
start.
like,
so not
literally-
go
Did
there.
Ryan Airy do a Warhammer 40K?
No, he hasn't done one yet. He
No.
will
I
eventually.
mean, if
He
that
will,
works,
yeah.
I'll look
He
him up.
will.
You know,
He
it's
will,
just, I'm
but
just saying.
No, literally,
something I can't- I don't have
God
faith.
Emperor of humankind was born in like the back ages, and the man is 40,000 years old. He is the perfect human being.
I'm still not understanding what that's supposed to
And
mean.
they
but
give
okay.
lore in the sense that he was always there in the background, shifting history in a way to move forward, and like major events were due to him. It's insane. Warhammer 40K is insane, and then that's just Earth, and then you get past Earth and you go into all the other beings and stuff. It's crazy.
Yo, if Pedro Pascal
Thanks.
read
I'm gonna check that out. I don't know if that's real, but I'm down for any audiobook.
So what we got next week? I know next week. So next week we do have a guest coming on. You guys will get to meet Wells Thompson. He was featured on an episode on The Plug. We got to talk about his comic on The Plug. He's gonna be plugging away something else too when he comes on. But most likely join us in the topic. But he does have a new novel coming out, which I think is a great subject. Which again we'll give him a quick 5 minutes for you guys to learn about it. But if you want to learn more about about Wells, go back, watch The Plug. But what are we talking about next week?
I feel like this is that one brief week that we normally get in between shows and like movies, because I know the week
Guardians
after we're
is
talking
after.
Guardian, like we're talking after, so we can go with my.
To be determined.
I think
Let's
it's
do that
not-
Will Smith episode.
No. I need a week off.
I mean, we could keep it an open episode for
we've
geek
held
topics.
hostage for like 4 weeks in a row at this point.
The world famous award winning art ninja is starting to get a little bit like, okay, all right, next week.
No, I will be back this Sunday. It's only a couple days.
What we can do is we can keep it open. You guys want to do an open episode to talk about
We can do
anything?
Open episode. How many episodes of Demon Slayer out?
Just
Just two?
No, there's more than that.
It's gotta be
There
more,
is?
right?
There's 3 or 4 at this point.
Oh,
'Cause
we could do a Demon Slayer episode. I'll catch up this week.
Yeah. If he watches anime, we'll do Demon Slayer. If he doesn't watch anime, we can just talk about random shit.
I would say leave it. Let's leave it random
I
shit.
also feel like
Let's leave it random shit,
also
and we'll
feel
say
like
Talk
that.
about Demon Slayer. I
Or
won't
you
be-
can watch Demon Slayer. What the
Watch
hell?
Demon Slayer.
I don't watch Demon Slayer.
So there's three
Let's
episodes
leave it
out
random
so far.
shit, and then the following week we'll do Demon Slayer.
Who doesn't watch Demon-
The following week.
Who the fuck on here doesn't watch Demon Slayer?
People don't watch Demon Slayer. Why are you getting so mad?
Pong also doesn't watch anime, but that's
no.
Pong also doesn't watch
Outside of Pong.
anime.
Outside of Pong,
Pong also
who of
doesn't
us
watch Game of
doesn't watch Demon
Thrones
Slayer?
or Lord of the Rings. and yet he still
Outside of Pong, us.
Listen,
Who
listen,
doesn't
no,
watch
It's that
the
Jonathan
opens-
Majors anger is coming out right now.
Yeah, there it
my
goes.
god!
I love that your camera
No,
just
wait, keep
zoomed
it-
in for you.
I had to stop.
No, next week.
I had my
we'll-
hand up, and it
so-
thought Change it.
So next week we'll have an open episode. The following week we'll do Demon Slayer.
The following week it's Guardians, bro. What is it?
That's if we all go see Guardians. Will we all be able to go see Guardians?
It's Guardians.
Who's not gonna watch Guardians?
It's Guardians.
Of course
It's a family
Things
Marvel
happen.
movie. It's Guardians.
Things happen. Schedules, man.
No, that's not what's happening.
No.
All right, so next week open subject, then we got Guardians, and then then we could do Demon Slayer after that.
I was gonna suggest there's also other shows or other things in terms of like announcements and all these stuff that we've kind of missed in pop culture, so we could talk about.
Did you guys see the new John Wick?
No.
I can see John Wick finally. Oh,
that was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, I'll go see John Wick. I'll find a.
You know what we can do, and I will give you access to Peacock. We can fucking talk about Cocaine Bear.
Oh, it's on Peacock.
Yes,
it's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Send me that link.
Yes. Val, you have Peacock. Val, I hooked you up with Peacock. You can watch it.
we can do Cocaine Bear.
You have a dragon as your you have Toothless. Listen, it's supposed to be the greatest movie. We're going to talk Cocaine Bear. Next week is Cocaine Bear.
I thought we were talking. No, I thought next week was an open episode.
Yeah, no, it's open episode. Next week's an open episode.
We can slip in Cocaine Bear just because.
We can talk random stuff.
It's a little
Lions, tigers, and bears online.
Oh my god, I might take the week off.
Oh my god. Wow. Boo this person.
Oh my god. Give me all this shit. I got it.
You're going to love an open episode. You haven't get to participate in last
episode. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. You can watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Watch what?
That's it.
Demon Slayer.
That's it.
I'm going to watch Demon Slayer. I'm down
Hugo
for that.
was asking a question.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know. It's not on Hulu.
Pong.
It's not on Hulu.
Pong.
I checked
Yes,
it.
yes, sir.
What?
It's not on
Where
Hulu.
can we
It's
find
not on
you?
Hulu yet.
Because you're taking your week off and not going to be a nerd for like a week or so.
I checked literally this weekend.
Where can we
Oh,
find
yes.
you? Plug yourself away, and then we'll start wrapping up because this is going to just go into a tailspin.
Right
Oh,
there.
totally. Yeah. No, you can find me right down there, twitch.tv/SinShop. Damn it, wrong side. There we go. SinShop right there. And yeah, Mondays and Friday nights. And you can watch me work on video stuff, hang out, and have a good time.
Anything special coming up soon? Anything interesting?
What's that?
Anything special, interesting coming up?
As a matter of fact, this coming week we are going. Well, man, let me tell you, it's a page turner because we've got a new encoder coming in. We'll be able to transmit via SRT rather than RTMP. I know, you're moist, but but please, this is a family show, okay?
You're already moist. That's it. The kids are in bed.
So we're gonna work on this encoder thing. Meth Wolf and GHB Cheetah. Well, GHB Cheetah, he just kind of lays there like, hey, you guys.
That's gotta be PCP Cheetah.
Hey, guys. I should go to the hospital.
No, we already had a Cheetah and Weed. If you saw Harold and Kumar go to White Castles.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah. So we got some projects coming up. Is what I'm trying to say. No, we're gonna talk about high availability streaming, and that's what we're gonna be doing next.
Nice.
I gotta go back on your show and finish the gauntlet with adding the lights.
Oh yeah, that's
right. Add the lights. I thought you added those by now.
I've been waiting to go on Pong show. I just been lazy, man. I've been doing a lot of shit. Been working on Concrete Combat. Been working on Busting Us. Been working on all of it.
Tour. You were on like 3 shows in like a week or something. Like that.
I'm actually supposed to be on Rodney's show this Thursday, so I'm gonna be talking about Concrete Combat this Thursday. Yep, Rodney.
Are you gonna have another guest sport?
Tomorrow, another guest sport. Tomorrow, actually, we're gonna do a nerd special. I'm gonna be going live with Aniba on the show. He's going to be so we're gonna go live tomorrow on Nerd's channel because Aniba has actually helped with launching a Kickstarter he is an artist behind, Aniba Royal. So anybody who wants to join in the party, more than welcome. So yeah, got together with Aniba, so we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. And so Thursday, Rodney Fike, and then next week just taking a break off of guest spots. But yeah, I mean, the 4-letter nerd with Mike, which I recommend to everybody. Get a chance, get on there, talk shit with Mike. Great time.
And I'll jump on.
Oh yeah, I told him next time we're gonna invade like the NWO. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna take over the show. I told him they're invited to come over here too. And did the Bitten Apple. Bitten Apple was on Monday nights, and that's about it, man. I've been doing the guest rounds.
Jeez.
Promote. Well, Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys.
Wait, we could do the Puerto Rico goodbye. We could push it a little more. It's not 11 yet. No, I'm just playing. Let's go. Let's go. It's time.
Go.
It's time.
I got a thing.
I'm just fucking with
It's called not being here.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
And that part.
We'll
I got Ted Lasso to watch. That part too, right?
Who's lending me their Apple? All right, here we go. Y'all ready for that beautiful meme? This has been your boy
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Watch it anyway.
It's your boy Law.
And your boy Tom from across the hall.
Last but not least, Vmac. Oh Jesus!
Drop the ball.
And I'm Pong.
And I'm Pong.
And I, of course, am the Mighty Pong.
There we go. There we go. 3, 2, B music. 1.
Pour one out for Jonathan Majors, who probably, most likely, definitely